All right, next up, Travis Hunter. And Rick, you had him third. Me and Mike had him second. And last week you hinted that he may not be all unicorns and rainbows in his game. You want to talk a little bit about what you think about Travis Hunter?
Yeah, no, maybe the most unique athlete that's come out in a long time. There's no question about that. He is a little bit, I don't want to call him gunslinger. He plays with some savvy, but so undisciplined. But when he's honed in, he has the most unique ball skills out of any of these corners we want to talk, probably because of his receiving skills. Some of the interceptions that he made in the TCU game and the Arizona game were incredible. But this guy is the most unique athlete. It'll be interesting, the discussions that come out. Now, this guy played like over 100 snaps in every game he's played. So I got to give him a little bit of slack for maybe pulling up on some run support issues at times.
And who his coach is too, by the way.
Yeah. He got a little Dion in him. But I just thought he was really undisciplined with his technique. And it looks like he's out there playing street ball at times, but he's just a better athlete than everybody. Right. And if you put him in the I got this cat category, he's going to shut a guy down. But, I watched that Stanford game, which was actually absolutely fascinating to watch because we didn't talk about him in our top 5 receivers, but that big receiver from Stanford, is it Alik? Manor?
How do you say it, Mike?
I've been saying Yumanor, but
I think that's right. I heard the pronounced on the highlight of the play you're talking about, but I didn't remember. Okay, yeah, the big guy.
Yes, he had. Now this guy had 13 catches, 294 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Hunter was on him a lot of the time because usually they try to match him up with the best receiver. But then Hunter had 13 catches and 140 yards. And this guy played 157 snaps that game. It was like the most incredible thing I've ever seen. But unique athlete, can do whatever he wants to do. It's just where teams are going to play him at corner or they're going to play him at receiver, because it was pretty unique to watch him find open seams. And he's a pretty unique playmaker with the ball in his hand. He's just unrefined, just like as a corner, as a receiver. But someone's going to take a swing at this kid. It'd be interesting to see in these interviews in the pre-draft process if he bites back, if they're going to put him in, pigeonhole him as a corner and not let him play some offensive snaps.
Hey, let me ask you this, Rick. Assuming he's a good kid, and I don't know, I'm just going to assume I haven't heard anything, but assuming he's coachable or whatever you want to call it, how easy is it to get him to buy into being more technically sound? Because athletically, he might be the best athlete in this CB class.
Yeah, he's the best athlete in the entire class. I don't know if there's a better athlete in the whole entire draft class than this kid.
Okay.
So, no, those are things that you're going to ask, but you're going to see if he bites back, or he's going to be an interesting interview, I would say. Very interesting, especially if teams pigeonhole him in one slot or another.
I'm trying to think to make this. I think I know where you and Mike are going to come down on. I'm trying to think of a situation where it makes it a little tougher on you. I don't know what that situation would be, but Mike, Travis Hunter, if he's a two-way guy and he makes the steps necessary, or are you just taking Will Johnson?
I'm taking Will Johnson. I think he's a much better corner, but truthfully, I think Hunter's better right now, more rare right now at corner than he is at wide receiver. If I'm in Travis Hunter's ear, I'm telling him to play wide receiver. There are 16 wide receivers right now that make more than the highest paid corner in the NFL. The career length of wide receivers is longer than the career length of corners. There is no situation where I'm telling this guy to play on the defense side of football. I just think he's that good at both that I think you're putting this guy at wide receiver.
So, Rick, if you said that, or a scout, or someone said that to Mike Zimmer, is Zimmer buying into that, or he's like, get out of here?
Well, I don't know. Did Coach Zim see this guy yet at corner?
No, but I mean, just in terms of he's a defensive guy, and he's a little.
Oh my God, these hypotheticals you come up with are just absurd. I don't know. We haven't been in meetings. We haven't discussed it yet. Those are the draft meetings. That's why you have them before.
And Rick, this is why you're in summer school. Mike, did you want to add anything to Travis, or?
No, I think everything you pretty much said there.
That's a great point, though, about the wide receiver. I didn't really consider that because I think he's a better – Rick, you think he's a better cornerback now? I think he is.
I do, because it's harder to find corners than it is receivers.
That's true.
So I'm looking at it from that angle, although I understand Mike's angle. It sounded like he was his agent.
I know.
I'm looking at it from an NFL team side that I got this guy with this unique playmaking ability on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, he's like a receiver playing corner with the way he goes and gets the ball. Some of the interceptions he made were pretty unique.
Mike, are you willing to be a two-way player, more on offense or defense as his agent?
No, I don't think you even. It's just you. I mean, you saw what happened last year with the injury that he suffered late in that Colorado State game. You're just begging to get hurt. It's just not worth it.
And people are looking to line his ass up too, at least on the college level.
Yeah, well, when you're out there 157 snaps, eventually you're going to get hit.
All right, Rick, another hypothetical for you. So Mike Renner represents Travis Hunter, and you have the 20th pick or whatever. And Mike is telling you, do not draft him to play defensive back. And Travis has said in the interview process that he only plays wide receiver. Are you just taking him off the board if you need a cornerback desperately? What are you doing?
No, but if we're drafting him as a corner, you don't want to play that, then I don't, I'm probably not going to draft him.
Okay. I didn't know if you
throw Rick under the bus there saying he's drafting 20th. Rick's usually drafting later than that. Come on. Give him like 25 at least.
JJ was 22nd, I think.
Yeah. Darryl saw 24. He's drafting later than 20.
All right, Mike, enough of the suck enough. He's picked top 10 a few times.
Look, Mike, they got me landed on this podcast with him.
Right. He gets guys signed to 4-year, $200 million deals, and he ends up doing a podcast. So it ain't all peaches and cream. Okay, draft range. And Rick, you actually, this is why you returned to summer school. You didn't even give us a comp.
I couldn't. There's no comps. I wish I could come.
Did your dog eat the comp?
From New Hampshire or New Haven, wherever the hell he played?
Did your dog eat the comp? Is that what you're telling me? Can you give me a draft range at least?
Yeah, top 15.
Oh, what do you think about that, Mike? Top 15?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I actually had 15th, the middle of the first round. All right, we can still play the game because Mike did his homework. I did my homework. This is like a bonus question because this is the best I come up with just based on the length and how long he looked as a cornerback. I won't give you any more than that. Are you ready? You're 5-0, which just really hurts my heart. Trevon Diggs or Joey Porter Jr.?
Oh, God.
Come on.
I'm going to go Diggs because of the unique ability to go get the ball in the air.
What about Joey Porter Jr. plays for the Steelers?
Yeah, I know. But if you're saying this guy's as physical as Joey Porter Jr., then you're barking up the wrong tree.
No, I said the length. And I think Joey is not nearly as fluid as Travis. But again, it was a struggle for me. But
you may have tried to trip me up here because all of a sudden, if it's Pittsburgh, it's you. So I'm going to stick with the theory. And I'm going to go with Diggs for Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was an easy one. That was the easiest question on the test.
Yeah.
You were trying to overthink it.
It's like who was buried in Grant's tomb. That kind of
exactly. I was
like,
wait.
To fall for the cheese. I didn't take the cheese.
You didn't take the cheese.